Hi, Silver Wolves. Okay, today we're going to do a project. We're going to make something that we can carry every day in our haversack that will allow us to suspend a pot, maybe even a heavy Dutch oven like this. Here we go. Okay, let's understand something here. All we need to do is suspend this pot to cook. That's it. Now, weight. First off, this pot's going to weigh 7 to 8 pounds total, maybe 10. Fully loaded, less be extravagant and say 15 pounds for a big Dutch oven. This ain't gonna weigh that much, but we're gonna say 15 pounds is a top end. So it doesn't have to be that big as far as diameter of cord. In fact, we're gonna use small bank line to do this. But I want you to understand something, because people are gonna say, oh, Blackie, that's not gonna be strong enough or it's gonna melt. Okay, let's look at that. So, we've got our pot and it's hanging over the fire. Now imagine my face is a fire. If we put the pot in the way, it blocks the heat, now doesn't it? So as that heat rises up, it's kind of blocked by this. So a piece of bank line hanging there is not going to be melted by it, because this is acting as a shield. Now if you got big old roaring flames all around it, we don't cook with big flames. Flames are used to boil water, that's it. Roasting, hot fires for reflector ovens, but in cooking, no, you don't need great big flames. In fact, they kind of are a bad thing. So let's avoid the big flames to begin with. Now, we've got this up there and it's hanging, it's blocking the heat. When we take the pot off the fire, if we leave that little thin piece of bank line laying in the heat column, yes, then it may. So we're going to make a trammel that we're going to take off and on with the pot. It's easy to remove from the pot, but we'll stay hooked to the pot until we're done cooking and setting it down, so we don't forget and leave it out there. Because I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Blackie, we're gonna make a big old hook, ain't we? So we just hook the pot onto it. And that's a great way to do it. This is one of mine from the past. But in doing so, you also are kind of lazy. We're gonna take it off and we're gonna leave it hanging there, and it's gonna get hot and it's gonna melt and it's gonna So I want something I'm not gonna forget. It's gonna be hooked with the pot. So let's get started. For this project, you're going to need a piece of bank line. Now this is about number 36, I think, maybe even slightly smaller than number 36 bank line. What is the breaking strength of number 36 bank line? It's somewhere in the 300-pound range. So I'm not worried about a 10, 15-pound pot, okay? You're gonna create a little small wooden toggle and put a hole through it. Could I just use some sort of button, Blackie? Yes, you could, as long as it's something that's going to be okay, not going to be, you know, really thin and flimsy. It's got to be something strong, and I like a toggle. I simply took my Swiss Army knife and bored a hole from both ends, and then rounded off the edge and attached my line to it. How long a piece of line do you start with? Well, I started with 2 full pulls of my length, which is about 8 to 10 feet. Because how long do you need this to be? Well, it needs to be somewhere between 3.5 and 5 feet, depending. Okay, down here in my south, somewhere around the 4-foot range is a good sweet size. But you guys up in the north, where you've got big snow depth and things like that, you may want one 5 foot, so you can get further down in a hole where you're going to be putting fire in a place you've dug out the snow. And you also need a Bushcraft zip tie somewhere around 3.5 to 4 feet in length. We'll get to that in a minute. So I have taken the bank line, and all it is you see I've doubled my bank line in half. I've ran it through that little hole, and I've secured that toggle to it. Now let's tie it. Now, to make sure you can see this easier, I put this piece of blue paper up here so you can see this little bitty cord against it better. All I'm going to do is I'm going to take my toggle that I've attached. I'm going to come out, say, 4 inches. I'm going to go around my finger, make a loop. There's the loop. I'm going to push that toggle back through it to make a simple overhand knot. Pulling it down tight. And then I'm going to make a second one right there on top of it. Again, go around my finger, push that toggle through that hole, and I'm going to line up so that knot is where the first one was, just like that. So now I got a nice definitive, you can see it, knot. Okay, now that we've got that stop knot, we're going to come up here by another 2 inches, and we're going to do another stop knot. Again, we're going to make a loop, and then we're going to push that toggle through that loop, just like that. Okay? This time making sure that the space is about 1 and maybe 2 inches between those 2 knots. Okay, and I'm going to show you why later. Now, we're going to take this and we're going to start doing the actual Trammel body. So I'm going to thread it up over this as just a holder. I'm going to pull the two cords down, wrap that around so it's out of the way. All right, see my two cords? Here's my two cords. I'm going to pull down like 6-8 inches, but I'm going to take one of the cords. In this case, I'm going to do the left. I'm going to pull it out slack. See there? So this one's tight, this one's loose. Okay? Now I'm going to pinch it, go around my finger, and I'm going to pull the rest of that cord back through that loop I just made. Just like this. This ends up making a knot that makes, when I pull it tight, one side is going to be slack. See? String is tight. This side is slack. That is tight. Now I'm going to go up. Just keep wrapping it up. I'm going to go another 6 or so inches like that. This time I'm going to pull the opposite side loose. Just like that. Pinching it. And now I'm going to do the same thing. Go around my finger. And I'm going to push the length of the cord through that loop. And I'm going to pull it down tight. Now when I pull it, see, now that side is slack. And we're going to do that almost to the end. So let me get going. I'll be right back with you. Okay, now I've got to the end and I've done that loose loop all the way down it. But I've left these two ears about a few inches long each. I'm going to leave them like that. And I'm going to put a double stop knot in the end of both of them. This time I'm going to tie it up to keep it from unraveling and tangling things up inside my haversack. So I'm just going to slide that down, put a double stop knot on the end. Okay, now what we've got is, for our part 2, I have 3 sticks of roughly the same size, same diameter. I'm going to take my 3 to 4 foot length of 550 cord, a Bushcraft zip tie, go around the finger, tuck back to make the cinch. I'm going to put all 3 of them together. I'm going to put that between my fingers like that, and then I'm going to go around a couple times, just like this. When I get to the end, will it go 3? Nope. When I get to the end, I'm going to go back through that loop I made at the beginning where I poked it through my finger, like this. This forms a arbor knot, whatever they call it, Bushcraft zip tie as far as I'm concerned. I'm pull that tight. Now, all I got to do is spread these out, and I have a tripod that quick. Now that's fairly strong. That line is all I need to do to hold that. It doesn't have to be super, because this is not structural. I'm just putting a 15-pound pot on it. It needs to be something light I can move out of the way of the fire quickly. Now, my trammel I just made, let me untie it, and I will show you how this is going to work. Okay, here it is, ready to go. Now, between those 2 knots becomes, this is the button, that is the button hole, just like that. And that will hold that and not worry about it coming out. But again, that's the reason I did starting from it, I tied it off. Now I went about a couple inches. That gives me room to bend in half, see? I put a big stop knot, spaced, and another stop knot. Between these 2, that is where we're going to put that toggle through, and that is what's going to hold the pot, just like that. Now let me show you. Okay, now I'm going to take it, go underneath the bail, come up between them 2 knots, and I'm going to button it, that toggle through there, just like that. Now I can pick it up. Now notice, when I pick it up and show you in just a second, now notice that when I pick it up under the weight, see how the loops now stand off? I don't have to sit there and spread it out. They stand off on their own, just like that. So I now got a way to hang it. All I got to do is come up here, grab one of the posts, and hang it just like that. Super simple. If I wanted to go lower, all I got to do is grab the next loop up, pick up, come down, spread it out, and put it on just like that. And there's the pot. Need to go lower, pick it up, go to the next loop down, and set it down right on ground level. Real super easy. That's all I need to do that. Now I can grab, pull it out, be able to stir, put it back. That toggle is going to stay in place. When I go to take it off the fire, all I got to do is lift up and take it over here and check it, cook it, add salt, whatever it is. I can bring it back and hang it back on the fire. Super simple, super easy. These little toggles work perfect for doing that. So, with a little piece of bank line that I carry in my pocket with a single wooden toggle on it, with a 550 paracord piece of zip tie, I can create a suspension system in a matter of moments to hang any kind of bush pot, Dutch oven, whatever off the ground and know it's going to hold up and do a good job. This isn't encumbrant to bring with me. It's not some big heavy something to carry. It will fit in a pocket and be forgotten about until it's needed. Super simple. Now, suppose I want to take it off of here. All I got to do is grab that toggle, unhook that toggle, and it's off, just like that. But see how this, being thin, there's no shield. Now I could hook it up high. I just got to remember to do that. But this way it'll stay hooked to the pot till I want it off. And when I unhook it, hang it up and move my tripod, I can just pick up my tripod and move it off the fire. Just that easy, with my Trammel still hooked. So I've got in-camp cooking capability with something I'm gonna be carrying in my haversack. So, if you've enjoyed this, please hit that like, share, and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. It's a super simple skill set to just tie a simple set of overhand knots and a little wooden toggle to make a Trammel that I can carry in my pocket that will handle my cooking needs. A simple skill set to make a Bushcraft zip tie to allow me to adapt on the fly, on the land, to build a tripod for whatever my needs are. Super simple, and the whole thing will fit in a very small package that I could carry in a shirt pocket. Hope you've enjoyed this, guys. If you have, please hit that like, share, and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Till next time, guys, I'm Blackie, wishing you safe journeys. Have a great day, guys.